Just thought of something that I think is huge when building teams. And so just for context, we have a team of about 70 people. We're pacing about $30 million cash this year, not this month, I wish, but this year. And team has been a huge part of it. And here's one of the biggest lessons I've never really been able to boil down to just like one simple phrase. Okay. And to put context before I tell you what it is, you probably heard Dan Kennedy and other people say, the person who can pay the most to acquire a customer wins. Well, obviously that's because if you could pay more than your competitors to acquire an asset in the form of customers that you could eventually remarket to and retain and build LTV, obviously you're going to outbid your competitors, and especially the direct response advertising marketplace. Well, very, very similar. It's a little bit different, but very, very similar. The person who can pay the most to acquire great talent wins. And I want you to think of pay and not just the form of compensation, right? Obviously compensation, like in terms of big dollars, big money, that's a big part of it. But it's also what can you pay them in the form of recognition, status, in the form of feeling like they're a part of something bigger than themselves, in a form of being connected with not just the mission of the company, but the values and the culture and the people within the company and that ecosystem, feeling like they're getting growth, right? How can you pay them in all of those different levels? Because if you can offer them something that they're not getting somewhere else, and you can offer them something that they can't get on their own even, right? Like it's something that can only be achieved through partnering together with a conglomerate of people, you're going to win the great talent battle.
Yo guys, hope you're enjoying the video. If you want to learn more about how you can use the skills that I'm talking about in this video, so the skills of persuasion, the skills of sales to get a remote career to where you could make $10, $20, $30,000 a month, if not more, working from anywhere in the world, simply just with your laptop and an iPhone, there is a book a call link below. It should say book with the Remote Closing Academy. Book a call link below. You can go ahead and check that out, speak with somebody on my team and see if we can help you. Now back to the video.
One of the reasons I was talking to Sam Evans yesterday, and he was telling me about a company that he knows that is valued right now at $700 million, or a startup. They're blitz scaling extremely fast, and they hire these executive recruiters to go out and literally pay these VPs $500,000 a year to come in and just build out a whole entire department. People who already know, essentially, they've already done the thing they're hired to do. So, I think it was a great lesson for me. And, when I look at our company pay structure, one of the things I've been talking about yesterday and today with our company is how can we, is there people that are underpaid that need paid more? How can we get our people paid more, not just in the form of compensation, but also in the form of status, recognition, growth, feeling like they're a part of something bigger than themselves? And when you can do that, ultimately you can win. And not only can you win the great talent, but even more importantly, you can retain the great talent, which I think is even harder in some ways. Because at the end of the day, a big part of retention is preventing employee burnout. What is employee burnout? It's when the employee feels like they are giving more than they're getting, and they've lost the connection to the reason why they're giving so much. And so try to think for yourself with your employees, do they feel like they're getting more than they're giving? And do they know why what they're doing is so important? Because I think if you do that, as simple as it sounds and as cliche as it is, and how many ever books you read it in, if you really take that to heart and do it, I know it makes a huge difference in the talent you can retain, or you can recruit, the talent you can retain, and ultimately the fun you're going to have. Because I will tell you this, one of the most fun parts of my business is not just what I personally get to do, but it's who I get to do it with. And so hopefully this helps for today. Just a lesson I thought of on the way back to jiu-jitsu. That's why I'm all messed up and tired and panting and sweaty. But have a great Friday, guys. See ya.